Hello and welcome to Excel Chapter 3. In this video we will learn how to create a series of month names, rotate text in a cell, use Format Painter to format cells, inserting and deleting rows, copying and pasting cells, and freezing and unfreezing rows and columns. Let's start by creating a series of month names. Place the word January in cell B3 by first single left clicking directly on the cell, then typing and pressing enter. Continue the series by single left clicking back on B3, then placing the mouse cursor directly over the fill handle, which is this little black dot in the bottom right hand corner of your active cell. Make sure your cursor looks like this small black plus sign. Left click, hold and drag down to cell F3. You should see the range B3 through F3 framed. Release the mouse button. Now let's rotate the text. This can be done in a number of different ways. One way is using the orientation button on the home ribbon. Click on cell B3 to make it your active cell. Click on the orientation button, then choose the desired direction. I'm going to choose angle counterclockwise. This rotates the text 45 degrees counterclockwise, with the first letter of the word being the pivot point. Now let's learn how to use Format Painter button. If there's a cell that has formatting that you like and you want other cells to have that same formatting, Format Painter is the tool that copies that formatting for you without you having to go through the steps to format each of those cells individually. First, make cell B3, the cell with the formatting that you like, your active cell if it isn't already. Next, press the Format Painter tool, which is on the home ribbon here in the clipboard grouping. Now single left click and drag through range C3 through F3 and release to apply the formatting. Now let's look at copying, pasting, inserting, and deleting cells. I want a new row in between row 3 and 4. To add an entire row here, right-click on the row number 4 out in the gray margin and select Insert from the shortcut menu. A new row is inserted. I'm going to do the same thing in between each month name to add a new column, starting with February, March, April, then May, right-clicking on the column letter at the top and choosing Insert. Let's say that item number 342-12 has been discontinued. To delete a row, you will follow the same steps as inserting, only select Delete from the shortcut menu. To delete this item number along with the entire row that it is in, right-click on row 10 and select Delete. I want to list the total number sold for each item in stock and whether or not the quota was met for each month. I will first type these labels in B4 and C4. Notice that these two cells were automatically formatted identical to the months. This is not what I want, so I will simply change it. This time I will right-click and choose Format Cells, and then make my text alignment straight. Notice also that columns B and C are too narrow to contain the entire text. Expand those columns just as you did in Excel Chapter 1 by double-clicking in between the column letters at the top. Now that I've typed these, I can copy and paste them into the February, March, April, and May areas. Do this by right-clicking on the range B4 to C4 and choosing Copy, then highlighting range D4 to E4, right-clicking, choose Paste Special, then choose Keep Source Column Widths. You can also paste using shortcut keys Control and V, pressing them at the same time once you have highlighted the range. Another way to expand column widths, doing them all at the same time, is by highlighting the column range, going to the Format button on the Home ribbon, and choosing Auto Fit Column Width. Now let's look at freezing and unfreezing rows. As you can see, I have filled out the total number sold columns and have added some borders for clarification and have extended the months. Notice when I scroll down, the header information is no longer visible. If I wanted to know item 485-14 sold 2,608 units, I would have to either mentally count up from January, February, March, April, May, June, or scroll all the way back to the top and check to see what month. Anytime you have a row of labels or a column of labels that you would like to remain visible on your screen at all times, you can freeze panes. The Freeze Panes button is located on the View ribbon. By left-clicking on the Freeze Panes button, we see three options: Freeze Panes, Freeze Top Row, Freeze First Column. Freeze Top Row and Freeze First Column options will freeze the top row that is visible or the first column that is visible. If we first make row 3 our top row, that would work. Given our current workbook layout, however, Freeze Panes is the best option. First, let me unfreeze the panes that I froze. Then I will use Freeze Panes. Freeze Panes freezes all of the rows above and all of the columns to the left of your active cell. If we make cell B5 our active cell, then Freeze Panes, we can still see the months as we scroll down, and we can still see the item stock number as we scroll to the left, or to the right, rather.